Insulators and conductors. In this video, we're going to be discussing insulators and conductors. This should be a topic that you're familiar with, as you learned about it last year in 5th grade. Either way, we're going to refresh your memory. Insulators and conductors. What are they? What do they do? Well, conductors allow energy to pass or flow through them or through an object. That energy can be heat or electricity. Insulators are the opposite. They stop or block the flow of energy. That energy can be electricity or heat. Think back to when we learned about thermal energy transfer. Remember the picture of the hand touching the pot shown here? In this picture, we saw that heat was transferred from the burner to the metal pot, from the metal pot to the hand touching the pot. That transfer of energy is called conduction. That heat was conducted from the burner to the metal pot, to the metal handle, and then to the hand touching the pot. That energy flowed from one section of the pot to the handle to the hand. That's an example of conduction. How does this relate to elements? Well, some elements can be conductors as well. Elements like gold, capital A, lowercase u, and silver, capital A, lowercase g, are good conductors, meaning they allow energy to flow through them easily so that energy can be heat or electricity. Previously, you've seen different periodic tables. This periodic table is color-coded to identify metals, nonmetals, and metalloids. How does that relate to conduction? Well, metals are considered good conductors, meaning all elements are good conductors of heat and electricity. Some are better than others, such as copper, which is the best conductor of heat and electricity, and lead, which is not such a great conductor of heat and electricity. But nevertheless, all metals have the characteristic or the property of being good conductors. As you can see, all the metals are located on the far left side of the periodic table. These metals are good conductors. What about insulators? What are insulators? As we know, insulators stop or block the flow of energy. That energy can be heat or electricity. That's like wearing rubber gloves or wearing rubber boots to protect you from the flow of electricity, or the rubber handle or wooden handle of a pot to protect you from heat, or wearing oven mittens when taking something out of the oven to insulate your hand from heat. These objects stop or block the flow of energy, heat or electricity. How does that relate to elements? Well, just like we have elements that are conductors, we have elements that are insulators. Elements like helium, capital H, lowercase e, which is often found in balloons, and oxygen, capital O, which we breathe, are considered insulators. On the periodic table, nonmetals are considered insulators, as most of the nonmetals or most of the elements in the nonmetals are liquid or gases. As you can see, the nonmetals are located to the far right on the periodic table, as shown in the image above. In conclusion, insulators are objects that stop or block the flow of electricity. Conductors are objects that allow the flow of electricity or heat. Metals are good conductors. Non-metals are poor conductors.